Okay, today we're making great fire of London cakes, and the story behind these cakes is that apparently these are the cakes that caught fire in the oven and actually caused the Great Fire of London. So today we're going to learn how to make them. They're quite similar to a rock cake, or quite similar to a scone, but a little bit drier than a scone. So the first thing you need to do is weigh out your flour, your caster sugar and your currants, and then you're going to combine them all into a bowl together. Weigh them out separately, because if you get one wrong you can always easily fix it, rather than if you've got your sugar on top of your flour, it's going to be hard for you to take out the sugar and leave the flour behind. And always make sure you set your scale to 0 before you weigh anything out to make sure it's accurate. So once you've weighed all of those out, you're going to combine all of those dry ingredients. So you're going to put your sugar, your currants in with your flour. You're also going to add about half a teaspoon of nutmeg. If you have a little smell of it, you'll see how amazing the smell is, and that's going to fill the room with that beautiful smell and will add lots of flavour to your Fire of London cakes. So just half a teaspoon of that goes in there too. Just give that a little mix with your knife, just so it's all evenly combined. And that nutmeg is spread evenly throughout that mixture, and the sugar is as well. Then we're going to prepare the wet ingredients to go in with that as well. So you need to use the microwave. This is the first time we're using the microwave. The bottom button at the bottom you push, which opens the door. You've also got a stop and start button. The one you need to do to start with, you need to make sure that it's on 0 to start with. So make sure it's all on 0. If it's not, press the stop, clear, cancel button. Okay, obviously put your butter in a plastic bowl. No metal goes in the microwave. In a plastic bowl, close that, and then press start 30 seconds. Okay, wait for that to then start beeping, then you can take your butter out. Don't worry if there's still a lump of butter in there, just leave it in a few minutes and the rest of that butter will melt with the heat from the others. You don't want to put it in for much longer than 30 seconds because the butter can burn and it will explode all over the microwave and you won't have an accurate measurement of your butter. So just to recap, you need to melt your butter in a microwave. So put your butter in a clear plastic small bowl, put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Once that's done, you're going to add your butter in with your dry ingredients. On top of that, you're then going to crack 1 egg. And then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of milk. That is the big spoons, the biggest spoons we've got, 1 tablespoon of that. Make sure you do it over your bowl, so if any spills in, that will go into there. Then we're going to mix that all together using a red spoon, and it's going to form your dough. We're then going to get our hands in there and we're going to shape the dough into about 9 cakes. Okay, so you can see it's all coming together. Make sure you keep mixing it until it's all the same colour. So if you've got any white flour left, keep mixing it until it's all the same colour. Okay, we're using self-raising flour, which means that it's going to rise in the oven and give you a really light, fluffy texture. So you can see now that's forming one big dough ball, which is exactly the stage you need to get to. It's leaving the bowl really clean, and that is exactly what you will need. Then we're going to roll them out using our hands. So gently just take a small amount. Again, we want to make about 9, so just a pinch is right. It should sit nicely in the palm of your hand, and you're gently going to roll that together. Okay, roll that just between your palms. You're then going to put it onto your baking tray and gently press it down a little bit. You don't want to press it down too much because it will naturally spread out when it goes towards the oven. So rolling that between your hands, putting it down on a greased tray, and gently push it down a little bit. So you're going to keep going with that. We're then going to put them into a preheated oven, so your oven should be at 190 degrees for 12 minutes until they come out of the oven looking really nice and golden. You can see here the difference. They've spread out, so you need to make sure you leave a gap in your tray between your biscuits in the tray. Really nice and golden colour on top. You don't want them, ideally you want them to be more of a lighter colour than the darker colour. You see all the currants have been spread out, and if you open it up inside, it's gone really light and fluffy, and that's the self-raising flour.